Before you add salt to tomorrow morning's water, check your medicine bottle. Seriously, a glass of salt water sounds harmless. It is cheap, it feels natural, and online the explanation can sound very convincing. You slept for 8 hours, you lost water, so you must have lost sodium too. Add a quarter teaspoon of salt, drink it before coffee, and replace what your body is missing. Simple story. There is just one problem. Most people do not wake up with proof that their sodium is low. They wake up thirsty. That is not the same thing. For an ordinary morning, plain water is often the more sensible place to start. Extra salt may give your body something it does not need, especially when sodium is already hiding in bread, soup, sauces, frozen meals, deli meat, and restaurant food. And after 60, this choice deserves more thought. High blood pressure becomes more common with age. Kidney function can change. Heart problems, swelling, and prescription medicines can also affect how your body handles fluid and sodium. So this is not a debate about salt being good or bad. It is about matching the drink to the problem. Salt is necessary. Your nerves use sodium to send signals. Your muscles need it to work. Sodium also helps control the amount of fluid inside and around your cells. No argument there. But needing sodium somewhere in your diet does not mean you need to pour extra salt into your water every morning. Those are two very different claims. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. It suggests an ideal limit of 1,500 milligrams for most adults, especially those with high blood pressure. Now look at that quarter teaspoon of salt. It contains roughly 575 milligrams of sodium before breakfast, before lunch, before the canned soup, sandwich, salad dressing, sauce, or restaurant meal you may eat later. For someone who loses large amounts of sodium through sweat, that number may have a different meaning. The same may be true when a clinician has given specific instructions. But for the average person, extra sodium is usually not hard to find. The body also does not shut down its balancing system while you sleep. Your lungs keep breathing. Your skin releases moisture. Your kidneys continue filtering blood. Hormones adjust how much water and sodium stay in the body and how much leaves in urine. You do lose some water overnight. Of course, that can leave you thirsty when you wake up. A warm bedroom, dry air, alcohol, fever, certain medicines, and simply not drinking enough the day before may make the feeling stronger. Still, water loss alone does not prove a sodium shortage. Think of your body as a home with an automatic climate system. It keeps making small adjustments all night. The system does not empty every sodium reserve at midnight and wait for you to refill it at sunrise. Healthy kidneys are very good at holding onto sodium when the body needs it. And in the United States, most people already get more sodium than recommended. This is the missing part of many saltwater videos. They take facts from real situations and apply them to everyone. Electrolytes can help after major fluid loss. True. An athlete may sweat for hours. Someone working outdoors may spend a long day in high heat. A person with repeated vomiting or diarrhea can lose both water and electrolytes. Those are real losses. Sleeping in a cool bedroom is not the same event. Yet the two situations often get blended together. The viewer hears that electrolyte drinks help with dehydration, then assumes electrolyte drinks must be better than plain water every morning. Not so fast. A product can be useful in one setting without being necessary every day. Consider oral rehydration solution. It is often mentioned as proof that salt improves hydration. But a proper oral rehydration product is not a random glass of salty water. The amounts are measured. It contains glucose and electrolytes in a planned balance. That combination helps the intestine absorb fluid during illnesses such as diarrhea. A spoon from your kitchen does not recreate that formula. Too much salt can also make the drink difficult to tolerate. And if the measurement is wrong, you may consume far more sodium than you intended. Natural does not fix a bad measurement. So why do some people say morning salt water makes them feel better? They may be telling the truth. Perhaps they started drinking fluid instead of going straight to work with nothing. Maybe they exercised hard the day before. The weather could have been hot. They may have eaten very little. Expectation can matter too. None of that proves every person woke up sodium deficient. Feeling different after a drink tells you that something changed. It does not always tell you why. Here is a safer morning approach. Start with plain water. Not a giant bottle, not a forced challenge. Drink an amount that feels comfortable, unless a clinician has told you to limit fluids or follow a different plan. Then notice the situation around you. Was yesterday unusually hot? Did you work or exercise long enough to sweat heavily? Have you been vomiting? Do you have diarrhea? Are you running a fever? Did you recently begin a medicine that affects urination or blood pressure? Context first. Ingredients second. On a regular morning, water and a normal meal may be all you need. Food supplies sodium and other minerals throughout the day, and sodium can appear where you least expect it. Bread may not taste very salty, neither does breakfast cereal. Still, several servings can add up. Sauces, packaged meat, cheese, frozen breakfasts, and restaurant dishes can push the total much higher. Do one thing today. Read a label. Find the sodium number, then check the serving size. A package may look like one portion while the label counts it as two. Eat the whole package, and you may be getting twice the sodium shown for one serving. That habit tells you far more than guessing what your body lost during sleep. What about coffee? Coffee does not automatically drain your body of water. Caffeine can increase urine production in some situations, especially at higher amounts. But a normal serving of coffee still contains fluid. Moderate coffee intake does not mean every drinker wakes up needing salt. Keep the message simple. Water is a useful first drink. Coffee can come later. No special chemistry required. There are times when electrolytes deserve more attention. Heavy sweating is one. A long workout, outdoor work, or hours in strong heat may increase both water and sodium losses. How much replacement is needed depends on the person, the conditions, the duration, the diet, and any medical issues. Do not copy an athlete's routine just because you took a short walk. Illness is another situation. Vomiting and diarrhea can cause meaningful fluid loss. Older adults may face greater danger from dehydration, especially when they have other medical conditions or take medicines that affect fluid balance. A properly prepared rehydration product may be useful, but severe symptoms need more than a drink from the kitchen. Confusion, fainting, very little urine, an inability to keep fluids down, blood and vomit or stool. Those signs call for medical help. Then there are people with a specific treatment plan. A clinician may recommend more fluid, less fluid, extra sodium, or reduced sodium based on blood tests, blood pressure, medicines, and diagnosed conditions. That advice is personal. A viral routine is not. Be especially careful with daily salt water if you have high blood pressure, kidney disease, heart failure, swelling, or instructions to restrict sodium. Also check before changing your routine if you take a diuretic, sometimes called a water pill. Other heart and blood pressure medicines may matter too. Do not stop a medicine, do not change its dose. And do not try to correct dizziness by repeatedly adding salt without knowing the cause. Dizziness when standing can come from dehydration. It can also involve blood pressure, medication, heart rhythm, blood sugar, or other problems. Salt water is not a diagnosis. Pay attention to patterns instead. When do the symptoms happen? After standing? After exercise? During hot weather? Following an illness? Did they begin after a medicine changed? Write those details down. Bring them to a clinician or pharmacist. That is useful information. One glass cannot provide it. So here is the honest answer. Your body needs sodium. But most people do not need to create a new source of sodium before breakfast. Ordinary thirst after sleep is not proof of electrolyte loss. For a routine morning, plain water is a reasonable starting point. Electrolytes make more sense when there has been meaningful loss or when a health professional recommends them. Use the stronger solution only when the situation calls for it. Tomorrow morning, pause before reaching for the salt. Drink plain water first. Then pick up one food package from your kitchen. Check the serving size. Find the sodium. Bread, soup, sauce. A frozen breakfast. You may discover that sodium was never missing from your day. It was already everywhere. What is the first thing you drink each morning? Water, coffee, tea, or an electrolyte drink? Share it below. Subscribe for practical health information that helps you question popular routines before placing them into your body. Then watch the next video, where we reveal the breakfast foods that can use up most of your daily sodium limit before lunchtime.